Good morning from the Guernsey Ultra YouTube channel. It's 7 o'clock on Sunday the 17th of May 2020. Would have been starting the GU36 today. Unfortunately that wasn't to be, as we all know. So I thought we'd take you and show you some of the routes, some of the turns. I'm here at the start of the Liberation Monument, and we're not going to run the whole thing. We're only allowed 4 hours and that would be a new record, so we're only going to run a few miles and probably do some more as the weeks go by. So I'm here with Michelle, and we'll take you through some of the route. So this is the first part. So we're running through St. Peter's Port, fairly easy, flat first mile. Just keep the sea in your left. Don't go out onto the piers. There'll be a few signs, but it's pretty obvious. So we'll show you some of the route at the harbour, which is empty at the moment for some reason, and pick it up where we meet the diversion, or possible diversion. Havlet Bay, you could, if the tide is right, go down the slip and cross the beach if you wanted to, or just run along the top. Entirely up to you. Beach crossings are allowed, so just need to watch the tide. 10 metre tide in Guernsey.
It looks absolutely beautiful today, absolutely gorgeous, very still, very quiet, lovely.
So we're coming up to where we'd normally keep to the sea in your left, past Octopus Restaurant over there, but as you know from another video, there's been a collapse on the steps, so there's a short diversion up this road, and as promised in the previous video, on a Sunday morning, no traffic. So this is one of the entrances to the old Fort George. We won't going up there, going along here, following the walls of the fort round. These are the Victorian bathing pools. You normally run straight past them, so you don't really notice them. They're tidal pools, so it may be good for a swim after the race if you're so inclined. So from here you can see all the islands in a day like today. So you can see off in the distance beyond the castle there's Alderney. And as we come round, you see the little tower in the middle, little Russell called Brown Tower. Then there's Herm, Jetu, and then Sark. And in the far distance you can see Jersey. Beautiful day today. Just like the picture I posted on Twitter the other day, you can see Clarence Battery coming up through the trees ahead. Clarence Battery is the start and finish of the Gun 31, of course. So here we are at Clarence Battery, and picks up the original route, so it's not really a lot different. And up here, so first turn at Fort George. So left turn, keep seeing your left and enjoy the views. A little bit of road just past some houses here, and then we're back on trail very soon. So a few hundred metres road past the houses, and then just here, a slight turn off to the left. This will all be marked. Back onto the cliff paths. On this next section, just look out for these old walls. These are part of the Fort George, and if you make a note of how far these walls extend, then you'll get an idea of how big that 18th century fort was. First glimpse down into Bectonay, Marble Bay. Those are past Fermain, and on the top of the hill you can see the Doyle Monument, which is at the Jerbourg Peninsula, about 3 miles. So here we are, 1.6 miles, and this is Bluebell Woods, but by now the bluebells on Guernsey have all finished. We get them a little bit earlier than the UK. So what was a carpet of blue is now all gone. So down here and then to the left. End of Bluebell Woods. Just keep left here, back down towards the sea. There's the ozone steps down there, Mark. I'll show you the entrance to them when we run past. Here are the ozone steps. You probably won't even notice them as you run straight past. We'll just go down to a swimming spot and boat launching on the sea. So we're at mile 2, we're just before Fermain. Up till now things have been fairly straightforward on the path, but this is the first sort of section coming up that's really difficult. It is all marked, but sometimes we do get people moving the marks. So this is also the first deviation from the Gun 31 and GU36 routes. The Gun 31 guys had to go down there, and the GU36 guys have to go up there. So you might think, well, I thought the Gun was tougher, but they go right down to sea level, down to the moorings, right at the end of the bay, and then have to climb all the way back up again, whereas you cut that bit off on the GU36. So you wouldn't go wrong, because why wouldn't you turn towards this view? So this is just coming into Fermain Bay. As I said, a couple of miles into the GU36, about a mile into the Gun 31. Not that the Gun 31s was here because it's dark, but just take a look at this view. So this is the point where the Gun 31 and the GU36 routes converge again. So both of you go up this way towards Fermain. There is a stone here, but probably won't do you a lot of good. It will be marked, and that's where the Gun 31 guys come up from. So some tricky turns coming up. Basically in this section you just need to keep turning left. Like that, keep turning left. So don't head up inland, head down this way. You're descending down into the bay. Again, this bit, descending down into the bay, turning left. So here we are coming into Fermain Bay. Basically you need to just go around the cafe. This is tricky to mark for the GU36, not so much for the Gun. You need to just go around the cafe. Then across a little green handrail bridge, and then pick up the path. Or you could take a minute to go down to the bay and take a selfie. You can actually stay in this loophole tower. It's 2 people only. I think it's quite expensive, but what a place to stay in. So, just on this bit here, will be marked. I thought it was quite easily. Keep the seat to your left. I think Stephen Cousins has gone wrong twice here and gone up there, but that's inland. Keep the seat on your left. You're climbing up out the bay now. So coming up out Fermain, it's probably the first big-ish climb. It's not too bad, but you start cursing the steps. And when you get to the top of the climb out Fermain Bay, this is the view you get. See the Castle Cornet. and Jet2. So lots of turns coming up on this section. This is the first one. Turn to the left will be marked when you go down to Bectonay and Marble Bay. So you don't want to take the turn down to Bectonay, Milton Steps, which you might feel like you should. Just carry on this way and not up inland on the steps. Turn coming up, need to be down there in a minute. So easy to miss if it wasn't marked. But just by this stone here, if you head down to Marble Bay, and there's Marble Bay. So not right down to the bay, you need to be heading past and back up over the little bridge. So in this next section, kind of need to keep kind of straight really, so don't turn down there, going back down to the viewpoint, just carry on. Now crossroads here, this one goes down to Divet, which is closed anyway, this one goes back up to the top of the hill, so just again carry on straight. Another set of steps here, don't use those, carry on straight. So there's a medieval, possibly even prehistoric fort. There's a turning up here, you don't want to take it. And we're nearly approaching the dreaded Jerbourg steps. Take these steps down to the fort, just carry on up. This sets a theme from now on. So here we are, St Martin's Point. Don't want to go out to the foghorn because we're going up there. These are the Jerbourg steps. So this is probably the single biggest climb. So it's from pretty much sea level right to the top, about 200 feet. Lots of steps where you're forced to walk on the steps. They're uneven. So just take it gently. Just a tip on these steps, quite often you'll find a path up to the side here. Sometimes it's a lot easier to choose your own pace and cadence and use that. Nearly at the top.
Louise, I'm with you on these steps. Far too many of them.
So we're at the top. You can get the views without the climb. You actually see France now, just between Herm and Sark, just on the horizon. You can just see France. And of course Jersey there. So this is Jerbourg car park. I'll make it 3.5 miles, just about. Viewpoint at the top. So I hope you found that useful. We'll be posting some more. Probably going to be able to guarantee this weather in the future, but let's hope so. Sorry we had to cancel, you know the reasons why. You would have had quarantine for 14 days on arrival in the island, so that wasn't really going to work for running an ultra. We'll be posting more in the future. Just watch out on social media, and for now, goodbye.